What's going on, everyone? It's the People's Envoy Updog here with you again, and we have Crucible Season 12, Week 2 recap. Got some rough teams for you to go over, so let's get into this first one here. It's the Mephisto with Kahhori and Annihilators. Probably one of the most toxic teams we have out there right now. And this one is I'll show you an attempted one shot a little bit later in the video, but this one here is after a double sack, so just keep that in mind. Double sack, this is a double sack, and then you go in with this team. A lot easier, obviously, but on those sacrifice attacks you do have to make sure that you're keeping an eye on the Kahhori abilities, and maybe even like the gore charges. Also, maybe consider the Thanos, like where he's at with his ult and stuff like that, because all those will play a factor into how you do on this this third attack. You only get 3 attacks, and if you screw up on the third attack, then you're just screwed. You just lose out on that room. So you really got to make sure that you sacrifice this room correctly in both of those attacks. So that's the key thing to remember here. Once you get to this third attack, with this team it's pretty easy, but getting to the right cooldown, so basically you want to have Kahhori only doing her basic. You don't want her to get her ult, especially her ult, or her special really hurts too. But if she gets her ult or her special off, then it's going to be pretty rough for you. Especially on that old man Logan, he could get deleted early if she uses any of those abilities. You want to make sure Thanos has used his ult if possible. Also Mephisto, make sure he's used his ult, because you don't want him ulting on you either. And then hopefully you can work out the gore charges as well. You don't want him spawning with like 3 or definitely not 4. You definitely don't want him to have 4. 3 is really bad too, so that's why this team is so nasty. Let's go show you how it's done though. I sacked it correctly, so let's go. Alright, so Kahhori, she attacks my old man Logan first because he's the controller. Then she goes into Black Knight. Now she did do her special, but luckily I was fairly safe. Alright, then Apoc takes his turn, does his ult. And we get to... oh, I guess, what's her name? Spider Weaver gets to take a turn before Apoc. Oh yeah, because of the Mephisto. Yep, that would be right. So we're just waiting on the Apoc punch here, so we can go into Thanos. So we're checking abilities too. Love that new feature, by the way. Definitely make use of it. So we stun the Mephisto, make sure he doesn't do any of his abilities. Okay, Black Knight's doing his thing. Now we can use the Apoc punch, kill the Thanos. We do still have Mephisto out there, and Gore, and Kahhori. Still got some threats we gotta take out. That's why we did the ult with Black Knight there on Mephisto. Knock everybody else's health low. I was hoping for a Weaver chain over to Kahhori a little bit more, but it is what it is. We'll get them dead here on this turn with old man Logan with his ult. And there we go. We are done. Whew. A little sketchy, but that's pretty much what this team is all about on defense, making your opponent sweat it out. So, alright, so next up is going to be an Astral team with Dorm, and we are going in there with a Red Hulk, Void Knight, Lady Deathstrike, Kang, and Black Cat And we're bringing Black Cat to basically, hopefully, steal all of the revives from everybody. If she doesn't do her job on someone, then that's why Red Hulk is here. He's going to take a revive off of one person. And then it's just the whole clump 'em and stump 'em team here, where we rewind and we do a lot of damage, and hopefully they don't take a turn before we kill them. So let's go show you what it's all about. Alright, so we spawning in. Kang goes first, of course, because this is Crucible. And I do like to try and get a slow on Strange and Emma if I can. Depends on the positioning. It would be nice to get one on Shadow King, but the way they had it positioned, it just wasn't possible. And we go in here and we rewind with Red Hulk. And then we want to stun that. Wait, no. He can't be stunned. That's why I clicked off of him. So we stun the Emma. Then we rewind again with Lady Deathstrike. Now I chose to go after Doctor Strange here, just to make sure he's dead. And then Shadow King takes a turn. And oh my gosh, that's not good. I don't like it. But let's see. We still do have a chance. We got Lady Deathstrike. We've got Black Cat out there still. So the thing to remember on this match is how I targeted that Doctor Strange with the Lady Deathstrike. You want to target the Shadow King because Strange was already ability blocked, and so he technically wasn't a threat. I just wanted to get him out of there, but it's good to know that you definitely want to kill that Shadow King first before he ults and wipes your whole team. So that's the lesson to learn there. If I would have done that, I would have won, but it is what it is. But I hope that helps you learn, if you are going to try this counter, that yeah, Shadow King is somebody you want to focus on for sure. Alright, so next up is going to be another Room 1 with Mephisto, Kahhori. This one has Miss Marvel Classic, also has the Thanos Endgame, and it has Vahl, just because I'm guessing Vahl is in there just because they thought if she took a turn, she would get that exposed out there. So not a bad idea, and she can revive too if Mephisto's not there. So not a bad idea. I tried a one-shot. Now, next time I do try something like this, I won't be bringing Tangled because they're just kind of irrelevant because of the safeguard. I kind of forgot about that part with Mephisto. He puts out the safeguard, so they can't flip any buffs or anything. The Tangled Web can't, so I'll have to try somebody else. But if my Apoc would have survived here, I think I would have had a better shot at winning. But let's go watch and learn again. This is another learning opportunity one. Alright, Kahhori does her turns. Now remember, this is a one-shot this time. The first one, it was a double sack. So 2099 not really doing anything here. That's why I said next time I try this, I'll probably do a different team. Because, I mean, if my Apoc would have got a turn, you'll see him die here in a minute. If my Weaver would have got a turn, I think the match would have been a lot different. But you take some risks sometimes, and they don't pay off. But I got everybody wiped out except for Kahhori and Miss Marvel in this match. So I was a fairly easy cleanup, but yeah, still sucks that I kind of wasted my Odin here. But since I figured since I got Mephisto down, it was kind of worth the trade-off there. Odin hanging in there, gets that passive from Thanos and the ult. I thought he was going to die there. But here we go with the ult from Odin. Everybody's fallen over except for the two brand new characters to the game. And with those evades, that really hurts Odin because he can't get that healing going. And yeah, he's just kind of stuck here. We're stuck in a loop, basically. It's worse than a Odin v Odin match. So I won't keep playing this. This goes on for a little while, and then he finally dies. So, but lesson learned there. Don't take Tangled Web. Take somebody else, and then you can. Then you know, I might try it again. Might have a shot next time. So, the first few weeks of Crucible is all about learning. Alright, so next up is going to be Illuminati with Juggernaut, Zombie. And I'm going in there with a big-time Nightcrawler and some Superior 6 members. And I wasn't sure how this was going to go before I did the match, because I'd never done something like this before. I was a little worried that having big-time in there is going to take away some of the damage, obviously, and not going to be able to clear it, but let's go show you how it all played out. But I brought big time in here just to get that taunt off of Zuggs, and that's basically his only job. Then Nightcrawler comes in here, and we're going to stun the Shuri, and it did land, luckily. So got that stun, pretty key for this kind of counter. And then Goblin's going to ult, flip some buffs, put some trauma out there. Looking pretty good so far. Ink goes into my Vulture. They always like going after Vulture. Not nice. Don't pick on my Vulture. So Vulture gets a turn, and then Slayer gets a turn, spreads out some damage. They stunned my Slayer. That was actually... I'm actually not too mad about that. Stunning the Slayer. They could have stunned the Big Timer Slayer and I would have been fine. But luckily I did get that. Do the Nightcrawler ult. Get some more damage out there. I gotta go through this Captain Britain here. Having that offense down really sucks. But we're getting through it. And getting that, having that ult put on me, that really sucks too. But my goal here is to take out Hank, just because the Shuri's still stunned. And then we'll probably, depending on, okay, there goes Shuri there, so. Yep, trying to take out Hank and then work on Black Bolt, because he's really not a threat as much, so. Even that ult there, I thought he was going to do way more damage, but he didn't, so. That was kind of nice. And yeah, we finish it off, so. Finally got you a counter that actually works in this video. Well, the first one did, but this one felt really good. And felt like I was, in control of the whole match, really. So, there you have it. Alright, so the last match we have for the video here is going to be an Annihilators with Scroll and Pav. Now, I did put Ares in here just to get rid of that safeguard. And we have Black Knight to help counter the Pav and the Scroll. And then we'll just let Old Man Logan run the show from there. So, let's go check it out. Alright, so Pav goes first, and that's kind of why I wanted Black Knight in there, because I knew he was going to go first. Then I knew Scroll was going to go. I was a little sketchy there having Old Man Logan behind Black Knight. I probably should have done maybe like Ares or something back there, but it worked out. He's getting his speed bar from all those hits. And yeah. So Gore did strip the revive from Old Man Logan, but that's okay. I decided to stun the Pav. I didn't want him to take a turn. And as long as I can get a revive back on Old Man Logan with his special, then I'm feeling pretty safe. We are going to do the ult here, do some damage. Get some trauma out there. Got the ability block on the Silver Surfer. Get the ult from Pandapool. The ult from Scroll. Almost killed my Logan again, but now it's over. He got the revive. There's no coming back for this Annihilators team. Annihilators and Scroll. It's just a matter of time of Old Man Logan just destroying everybody. So, going after the Scroll next, make sure he's taken care of, and then, yeah, just clean up from here. So, some sketchy counters in this video, but that's what happens when you're ranked pretty high up there in Crucible. You gotta take some chances. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So, I hope that was a little bit helpful. Hope you learned some things from it. And yeah, until next time, make sure you spend those resources wisely, and we'll see you around.